Okay, now, to find that stardust. This is supposed to be next to one of these sacred sisters here in this room. Well, I'm noticing that two of them seem to move around, so only one of them's stationary. Yeah, then there's... Unless they meant that other place where you first encountered them, in which case this is going to be really hard to find. Since they're not there anymore. Oh, there it is! Okay, that's the second one in the city. Or the second one in the palace. I think we've got all the stardust in the palace now. But there are a few others in the city. By the shops, I believe, are the only ones I don't have at the moment.
I think there's one in the inn. Upper floor of the inn, I think.
Yeah, there might be that too. I also seem to remember I haven't gone to Neat yet, except that one time Rose went all by herself. Or her eyesight's not that keen and she couldn't spot it. I don't know, maybe checking at the whole party, that's everyone's checking, not just one person when you click there. Yes, it does lag.
Too much graphic things going on at once.
Okay, so that's the top floor of that inn. Yeah, no real conversations to get there. There's this guy, though. Yeah, he figured it out now, finally. Of course, as soon as he gets things together, everything else starts falling apart. Yeah, main characters tend to be dense in video games and anime. Ugh, just obsessing over the divine tree again. Just help yourself. When it's stardust, we certainly will.
Easiest stardust location ever.
Yeah, we got Martel here again, which means we can put that stardust to use. Well, there's the one guy lying down there. Looks kind of old, so... brittle bones. And by casualties, they don't... I don't think she means actually dead, but injured.
Only mostly dead.
Yeah.
There's a big difference between mostly dead and all dead.
Yeah. It's like the way military uses the term casualties. Casualties for people who aren't just dead, but they're also injured. So people who are injured casualties in war, which can get a bit misleading when the public perceives casualties to mean dead.
It's the military. Military intelligence. Classic our people.
Yeah. For the military, casualty is good enough. For the public, they want to know, okay,
What's the body count
Yeah.
exactly?
who's dead and who's injured in those casualties?
They care about the
Yeah, as long as the proportion of injured exceeds the dead. If the dead exceeds the injured, then there's problems. Serious problems.
And we've had sort of an anti-reading dialogue going on, but if you really want it, pause the video and read it for yourself.
Or it's entirely possible that you're able to read it as things are going on.
Read where Charlie Brown, I can't see him.
No, if it's Charlie Brown, you'd see him. His head would be huge!
Well, that too.
Like Brent Butt. Brent Butt, comedian. He made a joke about when he wears ties, it looks like it's on too tight. Remember for Corner Gas?
I don't watch Corner Gas.
Yeah.
And that, large guy. Large, bald.
Yeah, he runs the gas station in Corner Gas.
Oh, yeah,
Or
Yeah,
he did while it was still on the air.
yeah, Corner Gas, fairly popular TV show here in Canadian land. Whoa, Aggie. Yeah, relax for
Yeah, but we've lost a few of the good comedy shows recently here in Canada. There's the Corner Gas, and also I think Air Farce was cancelled before Corner Gas, but we lost that too, and that was a really good political commentary one.
it. Still have the power to swing with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and a few of the people from Air Farce have gotten jobs on 22 minutes.
Yay!
I was actually surprised to learn that 22 minutes was still going, because it seemed like they were always just airing reruns.
Well, with the same snacks,
No, sometimes I could tell that I've seen this episode before. It's a rerun. And just, okay, I've seen this episode 5 times now. Are they even making new episodes? Yeah, but we really need the good political commentary shows right now, because we're in another election!
Thank you so much, Harper.
Yeah.
I think his programming is just literally has. Oh, yeah, for those of you who don't know, our Prime Minister is actually a robot. Well, an android.
Yeah. If you're watching this in America, remember when you had Bush? That's pretty much what Harper is.
Or a cyborg. Harper's the robot. Harper's the prototype for Bush.
And we feel about Harper the way you felt about Bush.
Well, most
Yeah, especially towards the end. Like, by the time Obama was running, think how you felt about Bush when Obama was running. That's pretty much what
And yet we
most of us feel about Harper now.
and yet we keep electing the moron.
Yeah, that's the problem because the votes are being split because we're not a two-party system.
We run things different. We're crazy.
Yeah, the votes are being split because we can't decide whether we want the Liberals or the NDP. Though now it's looking like the NDP actually have a shot.
Yeah, good one. Good one.
No, earlier today I heard a statistic that the Conservatives were down to 38% in the polls. The NDP were up to 33. And the Liberals were down to like 17.
And the Black Rhino Party took up the flag.
Yeah, we got a whole bunch of different parties.
We have a communist party and a neo-Nazi party.
Yeah, and a Marxist-Leninist party. Yeah, we have a communist party and a Marxist-Leninist party. Neither one of them has a shot, and neither them or the neo-Nazis run in most of the elections. Like, they very rarely run, and if they do, it's only in a few ridings. And you can't win if you only run in a few ridings! If you don't run in enough ridings to win, why bother running? Which, by the way, Block? Hello! You're not even a national party, you only run in Quebec. You can't win, even if you win every riding in Quebec. That's not enough to get a majority. So why are you running?
Yeah, don't get my friend here started on political stuff.
I mean, if the vote splits enough, I suppose you could get a minority. But do you really think you can separate with a minority? I don't. And yeah, that's what they want. They want to separate Quebec from Canada. And they try to run to become Prime Minister to do it. What would that mean if the Prime Minister separated Quebec from Canada?
He divided by 0. He just divided by 0 and broke reality.
What would he be Prime Minister of? Canada or Quebec?
Since we have been anti-welcoming boys, this is Mountain of Mortal Dragon. There's a lot of baby dragons here, so we're gonna be pulling off infanticide. Hooray! And then there's these freaky looking wyvern things.
Yeah. And actually, I believe there's a few things we forgot to do, so this is a bit of a false start.
Yeah, just pretend we didn't have that 5-minute rant against Canadian. Yes, I'm gonna call it Canadian because that's funny.
Yeah, this is really more of just a preview of things to come. Though, the terrain here is awesome.
And we have lag.
It's one of the best terrain areas in the game. Right up there with Valley of Corrupted Gravity and a few others. Like the Forbidden Land we just came from, the Black Castle, that had awesome terrain. See, that's another thing. I stocked up on items too much, and now I gotta get back to sell them before I go on.
Alternatively, you could just use them on the spot and keep going on.
Yeah, that's why I'm heading back to sell the things, because
See you next time.
I came to a chest I couldn't collect.